I am so excited to be here and have this orientation. Anybody else excited to be here today? Great, great. Today is the orientation is going to be pretty simple. And I am looking forward to meeting you in person next month, within less than a month. How cool is that, right? And oh, I'm so excited to see you, meet you all in Utah. All right, let me just go ahead and share my screen. And I'm going to, first, I'm going to give you a little, share my video. Let's see if I can do that. Give me a sec here. Here we go. Oh, wait a minute. Sorry. There we go. Great. And I am going to, if you are interested, I'm going to share this YouTube link. And this one is I think it's like 30 minutes long. So when you have a minute, when you have a time, you can watch it maybe after the finals or something like that. But, you know, I'm really excited to have you here less than a month. That would be so cool. One thing, I don't think that video showed it. Our men's basketball team is doing awesome. So you'll have a chance to go to the basketball game. And I think you will have a great time with friends or your homestay parents. I think it's going to be just off the chart. So good. So good. All right. Many of you, I suspect. Oh, okay. Show of a hand. How many of you have been to United States? Let me see. Anybody? Is this your first time? Okay. Okay, let me see. I'm assuming this is your your first time ever traveling abroad, maybe certainly to the United States. So welcome. This is so cool. It's gonna be really fun adventure. I am so excited for you. So where's Utah? Where are we? We are located this right here. I think you can see my cursor in Western United States. So is Utah. So I'll be picking you guys up in Las Vegas, which is about 2.5 hours away. It's not too far. I know it's 2.5 hours, like maybe in Korea. Wow, that's far away, right? But in the US, that's not far, right? So that's Utah. So that's Utah, southern Utah. It's really beautiful. It's a beautiful space, beautiful area. Surrounded by red mountains. And right now, the Christmas lights is on, full on display. On Main Street is just so much fun, and we're getting a lot of snow today. Well, not a lot. We're getting some snow today. So when you get here, the campus might look like this. Cool, right? And we have beautiful national parks around where we live, and you have a chance to go visit world famous national parks. And I will take you guys there. So we'll make a really fun memory together, visiting just historical and just most beautiful national parks in the world. And you'll see what I mean when you get there. It won't disappoint you. I trust me. So a little bit more about Cedar City, right? There is Korean Thai. What is the Korean Thai? This mayor from Gapyeong, nearby Seoul. Has anybody been to Gapyeong yeah, some of you have, right? So our city and Gapyeong, we have sister city relationship. You may ask, like, really? Why? I mean, what's the tie, right? So many of you know or been to like a Korean War museum or learn it in your history subject class, where about 600 young men about your age back in 1951, 600 young men from this area went to Korea to fight in Korean War, and they fought so bravely, and they call it a miracle of Korean War. The reason they call it that is that everybody, all 600 people, the soldiers, came home alive. Nobody died. Now, isn't that amazing, right? So if you go to Gapyeong and in Utah, I mean Cedar City, and I'll take you guys here. We have Korean War Memorial, and each year we have an event to remember those veterans, Korean War veterans who fought in Korea, and also in Gapyeong, I know they have a ceremony every year in May 26th. That's when the Gapyeong War broke out. So that's the Thai, right? So people in Cedar City, in this area, they have a genuine love for Korean people and the country. All right, so okay, here we go. I know, I think 10 of you are elementary school, elementary major students. And these are, these are not professional pictures. I took it with my phone. So you'll have a chance to go observe and volunteer in local elementary schools and interact with elementary school students. And I know that's why you're going to school, right? That's why you're going to college. And I think this will be really a valuable experience and meaningful experience for you. And you will have a chance, when you go to elementary school, you will have a chance to interact with the teachers, mentor teachers, the school administrators, school staff, and and then you will learn, you can build, you can make friends, and you can learn things from them that you wouldn't be able to learn in Korea. So I think that's really cool, and how American teachers teaches and how they motivate the students, help motivate the students, and how they deliver learning materials. I think it's really fun stuff. I think you'll have a really good time. And I know I think there are 4 of you or more are secondary major students. So this is really fun too. You will have a chance to go to middle school, local middle school, and volunteer and learn from the teachers, learn from the students, make friends there, and all kind of stuff, right? Tell me, is anybody excited to go to American elementary school, American middle school? Yeah, right? I don't know if you ever been to like Korean elementary school or middle school, not when you're young, but as an adult, as a college students. I don't know if you already had a practicum experience, but I think it's gonna be really cool. So, and also this is another thing you get to experience through this program. That is, you get to go to SUU class. You get to choose, and there are, and I will work with the professors here at Southern Utah University. And if there's classes, like especially education majors, the education departments, in college. So education, majors or minor classes, then you can choose and you let me know. And then with your, I will ask the professors, and they're usually really friendly. They're really nice. So, and they will let you come and sit in on the classes you're interested in and you're interested in learning about. And you get to interact with American students your age. Isn't that cool? Right? So you get to ask them questions, and you get to watch your American friends, your American students, how they learn, you become a better student. And because in Korea, there are some similarities, but there are also there are some differences. And I think this will provide an excellent opportunity for you to experience that and learn the similarities and the differences. And they both can be good and bad, right? So we're not here to judge which system is better or anything like that, but for you to have that chance to experience American college classroom setting, I think it's going to be really fun for you. All right. And if you want, and I usually provide opportunities for you to present to American students, whether they're young or they're old. You're about Korean culture or Korean education system, and some teachers in the US, like elementary school teachers or middle school teachers, they may ask you, if they want to present to their students, like about American, Korean cultures or Korean education system, or your upbringings and growing, what's like to be a student in Korea, in things like that. So if you're interested, if you like to, you will have that chance to present. If not, in middle school or elementary school, I can provide an opportunity or more, many chances to present. So this will be a good practice, good presentation practice opportunities. So this will be fun for you. All right. And there are many things, different activities on campus. Now, one of the things they have on campus around this time of year, well, they have called Lego robot competition, like STEM. The kids, they get together, they form a team, and they build robots, and they compete one against one another. So if there is any of you are interested or wanting to volunteer for this competition, you will have an opportunity to volunteer for this competition. And some of you in this picture, you can see this Korean student had she got to be a judge for the competition. So it's a lot of fun. Give me a sec. I don't know. Give me a sec here. Okay. So you get to see those competitions, something you don't get to see very much at the elementary school or middle school, and you'll have a chance to participate in the STEM competition. Cool, huh? Is anybody like into building robots? That's okay, right? And so you'll see, and I'm hoping to have a little cultural trip. I think I think we need to have a good balance. So this is a cultural education, right? So I would like to take you to Salt Lake City, which is a few hours away. Salt Lake City is the capital of Utah. And I know some of you are born yet, or born and then you're like maybe 1 or 2 years old when Salt Lake City had Winter Olympics in 2002. I know some of you are born in 2002. So maybe you're born yet, 2002, in February 2002. Anyway, we go up there, and there's a beautiful architecture, buildings and museums, different historical sites, and maybe we can catch a Utah Jazz game if you want. Go visit the Capitol. I think that'll be a lot of fun. What do you guys think? Yeah? Do you think maybe we want to do that? And we'll discuss that when you come next month. And this is like what makes this program so awesome. Homestay. You'll be placed with local families here, and a lot of these homestay families are my personal friends. So I've known them for a long time, and they're opening up their homes to welcome you and to live with them for a month. And you know, it's really awesome because you know, not only you get to practice like your English, but you get to share your culture with them, right? There are just so many different cultures, right? There's a family culture, the religious culture, there's school culture, and there are just a lot of different cultural perspectives you can learn from them. And you know, you have a meal together every day. So homestay is so much fun. And I know, you know, end of the program, like a lot of students don't want to go home to Korea. They don't want to go back to Korea because they've made so many fun memories with their homestay families. You know, you do stuff with them, and you know, they become your American family, and that is a beautiful thing. So when you have a chance with them, when you like every night, you know, every day, you know, after school, you know, I encourage you to get to know them, ask them questions, and do stuff together, play with them, and watch movies with them or whatever, right? And it'll be so much fun. So here's the thing I want you to do. When you come next month, how many of you, let me find this out. I'm just curious, right? How many of you are good cooks? Like, I am so good at cooking food. Some of you are like nodding your head. No, not me. Shaking your head. That's okay, right? I encourage you to like learn just one dish, one Korean dish from your parents, your mother, your father, maybe your friends, your roommate, maybe on YouTube, right? Now you can find out, you can learn anything on YouTube, right? So when you come to Utah, you can share that special meal. Maybe you have like favorite meal, like someone like, some of you like really spicy food, some of you like really, I don't know, Korean like dessert, Korean like soup or meat. I don't know what you like, but there's so many delicious, just right, just yummy Korean food, right? Or you can bring like some Korean food to share, maybe a Korean ramen noodle that you want to share with your family, something, right? I think they just love that. And if you want to bring just small gift, it doesn't have to be really fancy, maybe a souvenir from Korea to share with your homestay family, they will love that. Right? A little small token of appreciation for being accepted as part of their family, right? So that would be really a fun gesture. And also know that these are not like, they're not like, let me just say this, they're not like, they're just really friendly people. And I know some, like one family, their native, father is a Native American. So you might heard of Indians, right? Native American, and that family is very special because you can learn about Native American history from Native American parent, right? So, you know, I can coach you through when you get here, what kind of questions to ask, and, you know, back and forth, and to learn more about their cultures. So if you're like nervous, don't worry. That's normal. Don't worry. Just come. and enjoy being in their homes and getting to know them and doing different kind of activities with them and play with them and just make fun connections with them, right? Great. Next one. This one is another. Utah is known for landscape, like beautiful landscape, canyons, national parks, snow, I mean, lakes, and it is one of the prettiest state in the United States. There are 50, there are 50, 50 states, 50 states in the United States. And I've been to 49 of them. I've been to 49 states in the US. I think, in my opinion, because Utah is known for mountains, Utah is top 5 most prettiest states in the United States. And you will see why when you get here. So we have a lot of natural resources nearby, like national parks, and I'll take you guys there. You'll, when you come, make sure you have a lot of memories. If you have a lot of pictures, that old pictures, download them to your computer or external hard drive so they are safe. So when you come here, you can take like 500 pictures, 1,000 pictures, or I remember one time when we went, this is last time, and it was July time. And when we went to Bryce Canyon National Park, and we did a little hiking, and it took a lot of pictures. And I asked one of the students, "So how many pictures did you take?" Guess what? How many he took? 474 pictures. Right? So some of you, I know some of you love to take pictures, and this will provide a fantastic location. That's something you can even imagine. It's just so different from Korea, right? Just different beauty. And we have a ski resort nearby, only 30 minutes away. If you like to go, and this is something we can talk about, have a discussion when you guys get here, and maybe you can go to a ski resort if you want to. But anyway, just really beautiful. All right, so I just wanted to keep it very short, right? Because I want you to ask me any questions about this program, about anything. So go ahead. Okay, let me just pause this. Okay, great. So, there's a chat box there, right there underneath it. You can type any questions, or you can raise your hand and I can answer any questions. You can even, ask in Korean or English or Spanish, whatever language you want, and I'll answer back in English. But you can type in Korean, English, whatever you feel comfortable with. And I want you to have a chance to ask me any questions. Go ahead. You can, if you want to type, go ahead and take your time for the next couple of minutes. Or if you want to ask verbally, just simply raise your hand and you can ask me questions. Okay, I think. All right. Please tell me what to do and not to do at school. Oh. I have a list of them. that's something I will go over in class first couple of days. There are so many. And in fact, actually, I can share that with you. Okay. Mr. Kim, would it be okay if I share that file, the document, with you, and then you can share that with the students? And so you will have a chance to look at them before you come. If you don't understand them very well, don't worry, we'll go over them together. But if you, I think you'll help you, and you'll help you feel more prepared if you have a chance to read them through. It's a few pages long. And yeah, I'll go ahead and do that. After this orientation, I'll share this document with Mr. Kim. Okay, that was a very good question. All right. Yes, yes. Hyungyung, is that right? Hyungyung?
Yes.
Okay. Yes, I got it.
As you said, I want to experience various places in Utah. However, I heard that NBA games have begun in the US. So can we go to see such games plays in our free time in in other place? Can we go to
Major League based basketball game, NBA, or what did you say? NBA,
NBA,
National Basketball Association.
Yes, and that is example. And I want to go to other place. Not.
Oh, okay, I see. So you want to go to like other place outside Utah? Is that what you mean?
Yes.
Oh, okay, great. So great. So outside of Utah, like, I don't know, LA, Lakers, or whatever, right? If that's the case, what I recommend is that you do that before the program or after the program, because there are plenty of basketball games you can go watch. But during the program time, if this is, I don't know, everybody's interested in watching a basketball game, I think you will love it, because and they're not cheap. Those basketball games are like $50, $100. I mean, prices vary, but just have that cultural experience really cool. So when we go to Salt Lake City, hopefully during that time, we can go watch Utah Jazz. They're a very good team. And also their home away games. So you just have, timing has to be right. So we have to figure that out. So we will have a chance to go watch Utah game. But back to your question, if you want to watch other NBA games, and I recommend you do it before program starts or after program ends. Does that make sense? Because it's a liability issue, right? We want you to be safe when you travel, but during the program, I need to know where you are so that I can help you. I can protect you. I can sleep at night knowing that, oh, everybody's safe today. Does that make sense? Okay, very good. Thank you for that question. I appreciate that. And also, again, our SUU men's basketball team, they're so good, very good. And it's so exciting to watch them play. So I think even if we don't get to go to Utah Jazz game, I think you will love the opportunity to watch SUU men's basketball team. They're so good, so good. Thank you. All right, next question. Oh, here, Kwan Kubin. Okay, let's see. Would you let us know when we arrive at the airport and meet? Oh, yeah. So on the 4th, we are planning to meet January 4th. I know in the past, some people, they come early and spend, time traveling around wherever you want to go. But we're going to meet in Vegas, Las Vegas airport, probably in the afternoon. So has anybody bought the tickets, airline tickets to United States yet? Oh, one have. Okay. So some of you have. So I think it's going to be all different time-wise. So we are going to tentatively, this is tentative schedule, that on the 4th, January 4th in the afternoon sometime, we'll pick you up at the airport. And I'll share that location, where to meet, and I'll give that information to Mr. Kim. And the reason we're later in the afternoon, sometimes because we have to come to Cedar City. It takes about 2.5 hours and maybe 3 hours. Sometimes we can get snow, so it may take longer. But we want to be not too late, right? Because you want to move in with your local homestay families. That's a good question. That was Kwan Kubin. Okay. Did that help you answer your question? Okay, great. Thank you. All right. So next one, how is the situation with COVID-19? Are people getting booster shot? Yes, I just got my booster shot last week. So booster shot is like half dose of the second shot, right? Second dose. So I don't know if you had a chance to get the booster shot in Korea yet, but in America, anybody could, 18 and older. I think today they're 16 and older, get a booster shot, including you, the visitors. So if you are interested in getting the booster shot, it could be a Moderna or Pfizer. I got a Moderna shot. I will take you to local health department or local a pharmacy. Just need your ID so I can help schedule that appointment. And it's very simple. It's simple and easy. The best of all is free. So let me know. And so the COVID, okay, back to your question. How's the situation with the COVID-19? Yeah, I think, in America is a little bit different that how they think about the pandemic. What I mean by that is freedom is their very very important cultural values. So not everybody wears mask, and because some they think because they are fully vaccinated, right? First dose, second dose, and booster shot, and some they want freedom, like they don't want to be told what to do. So it's a different culture. So that's a good and bad, right? So when you come here, we encourage you to wear a mask, like when in school, when you visit elementary school, middle school, but you won't see it. Not everybody wear masks, like students or teachers or administrators, not everybody wears their mask. So it may be a little surprising, but that's how it's just cultural difference, right? How people think and their perspectives on the pandemics. But generally, in this area, we don't have many cases. Because we're not in like big city and very spread out. I'm not worried about it. Even if you get infected, if you're vaccinated, you're probably going to have very mild symptoms, and that's the case. If that's the case, we will just work with you, and you can quarantine at home, and we'll figure out how to work with you. But I'm not too worried about it. But if you're worried about that, you let me know. Let Mr. Kim know about that. I'm more excited for you to have this opportunity to come to the United States and have an American experience. And I think that's very valuable. And I think as long as you're wear a mask, wash hands, and the basic, you know what to do, right? And we've been in this for like 2 years. So, and I think you can be very safe. So I hope that answered that question. All right. Next question. Come on, I know you're brave. Don't be shy. Okay, Sungkyun Kim.
If I can have a chance to teach or take a presentation on American school, can I take my subject on my way?
Okay, let me see if I understand you correctly. If I had a chance to present, and
Yes.
what do you want to present again?
I'm not sure, but
Oh, okay.
I'm curious if I can choose my subject on my way.
Oh, okay. Can I choose a subject I want to present? Yes, I think so.
Oh.
And do you have something in mind? Like, oh, I want to present about this.
Not really, but my professor always say, at first my major is ethics education, and my professor always say, all you guys need to experience when you get America. You need to take an ethical class on your school.
Oh, I love that. I love your professor. Yes. I will make sure, Sungkyun, you will have a chance to present to American students.
Thank you, sir.
Yes, of course. I think you will love it. I think it's a good practice. You're brave, I can tell, Sungkyun. I love it. Thank you for that question. Okay, next. There is a question right here. Yerim, Lee Yerim. How's the weather in Southern Utah? Oh, okay. So it's been very mild, like warm lately, but today it's been snowing, today and tomorrow. But a lot of times we have snow in the morning and then in the afternoon because we live in desert. It melts the snow. So it's not that cold, especially we are in Southern Utah, not northern. So it's like Jeju Island a little bit. So it's not too bad. And there are times where like, whoa, this is so cold. But they don't last very long, maybe a day. And the next day it's fine, it's like sunny. And so I don't think but make sure, some people like, you get cold easily. Like my wife, she gets cold easily. So she has to have a, extra blanket on and things like that. So if you feel like you get cold easily, make sure you bring enough clothes to wear. And if you like to shop, anybody like to shop? There are places in town here, shopping malls, or not malls, shopping stores, that where you can buy nice jackets. And when we travel, maybe we'll go to outlet and you can spend as much as you want. And you will have a few hours to shop. So yeah. Okay. All right. Yedim, is that did I help answer your question? Good. All right. Very good. We got 10 more minutes. Next question. Come on, I know you're brave. You can do this. Okay, so how are homestay family all allocated? Okay, Kubin. Yes, so it's random. It's random. So it's because it all depends how many families are available and how many students are available. And some family, they like to have girls. Some family like to have boys. And some family can only host 1 or 2. Some family can host 4 at a time because like space, right? What they have available, right? And some family, they don't care if they have boys or girls. So all depends. So I'll think about it, and you know, we might have to, if we don't have enough families, sometimes families get busy, or some people like, oh, I'm sorry, we can't do it anymore. You know, stuff happens, right? But so, you know, I think my goal is to have at least 2 students with, you know, and assign it to a family, and up to 4 students to a family. And I think, you know, we never had any problems, you know, because they're really good families, and I think you will enjoy spending time with your family. And also, I want to mention this about food. So I encourage students to bring money to buy food, because like homestay families, their food is pretty simple, right? But a lot of you, I noticed, like, this is your first time coming to United States, so you want to try different kinds of American food, like, you know, like, how many of you like to try new food, like love eating new food? And, you know, I love it. I'm a foodie, right? So if you want to do that, I encourage you to do that. But they can be expensive, pricey. So I encourage students, like, bring like $300 or $500 for food if you want to try different kinds of food and eat well. And trust me, you can eat really well. And there are a lot of restaurants around campus or on campus. So bring enough money for good food, like, you know, something like you can, how many of you take pictures of your food and like share, post on social media, or send it to your like family members or friends, like, oh, you got to try this. This is so good, right? All right. So that's how families are allocated, assigned, just random. And I hope you like it. If you don't like it, or if it doesn't work out, we'll work it out. We'll figure it out together. But it's not going to be perfect, right? Some families are, you know, they may live in a fancy house. Some families very modest house. Some family has kids, some families don't. Some family have, you know, pets. In America, having pets like dogs and cats, very common. Just about every family has them. They live in the house, and all my families, they have, you know, that who has dogs or cats, I've already checked, they're very friendly. So sometimes like Korean students, they don't want to leave because they love the dogs or the cats, you know. They're very friendly, so I never had any problems. So yeah, I hope that helped answer the question. Kubin, does that help answer your question? Okay. All right, next question. I got 5 more minutes. All right, Yuna.
Actually, we booked a flight to Las Vegas at 7:30 p.m. But you said it will take 3 hours to get to Cedar City, so it will be okay. I think it's a bit late.
Yeah, it'll be late. So also one thing is, what I mean by that is, one thing is Las Vegas time is 1 hour behind Utah time. So because like United States so big, they have 4 different time zones. They're not same, right? So Las Vegas is 1 hour behind. So it's 7 o'clock. You said 7 o'clock, 7 p.m. 7:30 p.m. That means Utah time is 8:30 p.m. You see what I mean? So I don't know if it's possible to change it, maybe, you know, close. If not, we have to figure something out, because it may be really, because like if it's too late, it's hard to travel. Maybe we can make it happen. Maybe you can stay in Vegas 1 more day and take a like public shuttle, and then when you come next day, we can pick you up close by. We can figure something out. That might be a little bit late. But yeah, do you think, Yuna, you think you can adjust that time or no?
I don't know, but we have to change the time.
Mm-hmm. Is that, you think it's possible or no?
No, whether it is possible.
Do you think if it's possible, if it's not possible, we'll figure something else? If it's possible, just bring it a little bit closer. But if it's not possible, here's an option, right? You can stay in Vegas, and it's just 1 more night and travel next morning. And there's a shuttle from the airport to come to St. George, and you can transfer to other shuttle to come to Cedar City. And we have done that before with students in the past. That's not a big deal. You can, you know, if you miss a half a day or 1 day, that's okay. It's not a problem. You can take your time coming up.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah, you're welcome. All right. All right. I've got 2 more minutes. One more question? Just, yes. Ryan.
I'm majoring in elementary school education, but is there a chance that I get to visit a middle school in
okay.
Utah?
Yeah.
Okay. And then I want to ask you, like, how many schools do we get to?
Okay. So just 1 school, but if you want to, okay, so here's the thing, is a little bit different. In the US, in Utah, in Korea, there are 6 grades, right? 6 grades in an elementary school, but here in the school district, only 5th grades. So 6th grades goes to middle school. So in the middle school, we can take you to middle school, like, you know, for a day or 2 or something like that, to have that experience. Would that work?
Yes.
Okay, cool. Yes.
Okay.
I think that's smart to experience different schools.
And I want to ask you 1 more question.
Okay.
I heard that from Yejin.
Okay.
And he told me about bilingual schools, like they speak Spanish and
yes.
Yes. Are we going to bilingual schools or only English teaching schools?
Oh yes. only English schools, but
okay.
we could maybe a day, maybe I can
Oh,
ask different school if that's possible.
Yeah.
Yeah, let me ask. If you
Okay.
want to just go one day to bilingual school, then I think we can make that happen. But I'm not guaranteeing it.
Yeah, I'm not sure, but yeah, I think it would be a great chance to
Oh, okay, good.
experience bilingual school.
Yes, Yejin speaks Spanish. I think that was good
Yeah.
for her to go to East Elementary is a bilingual, Spanish bilingual program. Yeah, I think that's smart, but I think we can make that happen. So yeah, that's great. Thank you.
Thank you.
All right, I think time's up. All right, so here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to give you my email address right there, right? Do you see that? So if you can think of any other questions, right? You can send me questions. Okay, sounds good. Maybe you couldn't think of it right now. Maybe you'll think of it tomorrow or something. Then ask me, you can send me that question to my email. Does that work for you? Okay. It was so good to be with you today. I am so excited to meet you soon here next month. I hope you have a wonderful day and wonderful month, and I'll see you in next month. Thank you, everyone. Have a good day.